Hey everyone, if you have a car and your car does not support Android Auto, or you want to improve the experience or something better, I will explain you how to install AutoZen, and you can have basically a car infotainment in your car, no matter if it's old or new car. The only requirement is that your car infotainment or head unit can install Android apps, or in this case, you can have a tablet attached to the dash, so we can install it from here, and of course a little bit of internet connection to in order to get the routes or whatever. So basically what we need to do is install AutoZen, but I need to notice or say something, that this will not connect to your car, and you will not have Android Auto or something similar in the car screen. It will be only directly in the device. It means to work as a standalone device. So basically you will see everything here. So you can only connect by Bluetooth to have the music or something in your car, or auto connect. So I will show you the steps to install it, so you can have like a nice interface like this. But I will explain you later how to do this, or have these features here. Okay, I will go to a sunny place and I will show you the steps. Hey everyone, I will show you how to use AutoZen as a head unit in your car. This is a tablet that you can install in your car. First, you need to go to the Play Store, search for AutoZen, and as you can see here, some screenshots of the app already installed. So just go here, open the app. It will ask you some data and permissions, location, phone, contacts, microphone, in order to use the assistant, the maps, and the contacts to get the dialer. Let's accept all of them. We are enable notification in order to check the service and navigation. Okay, here we need to add the notification service, because with this we can read the messages, media player, and even in the future Google Maps navigation. So we need to enable this for this. After this, all the setup is ready. As you can see, the map is already here. You can zoom, you can rotate, you can center again, and basically you have some data like it's connected Wi-Fi, battery, the weather. Here is like the app drawer that you can customize here in edit. You have dialer here to make calls. Since this is a tablet, we cannot make calls, but you can see favorites and the contacts here. Notifications, for example, if you get WhatsApp messages, for example this, you can see this notification every time. Here you will see a notification message, and here, and you can play.
I arrived. Let me know when you are here. Smile. Do you want to reply?
Yes. Yes.
What's the message?
See you soon.
Here is your message to Dad. See you soon. Do you want to send it?
Okay.
Message sent.
So in this way we can reply by voice, and it's safer to drive. You can also just click here without listening
What's
the
the
message, and will be easier. You can mute, so you will not receive any message from this contact. You can swipe to delete the message, and you will have nothing there. So here you can see the map. You can control music. If we are going here, let's check Spotify, for example. This will open Spotify, and unfortunately sometimes you cannot just play in all the media players, because Android does not allow this. So first, sometimes we need to open the app. There is some options in settings where you can autoplay, but yeah, unfortunately it's not possible always. So after we play, well, open here, for example, we search something like, let's say this, we can play music. And when we go to AutoZen, you can see here the music. You can play next, for example, and you can change for any music player that you have installed in the app. You can return back here. You can nicely hear the media control. You can play from here already. For the next, you will see here the music player. You click here, and again, you have swipe gestures as well, so you can control the music easier. We're going back here. So we have also satellite. So here you can check satellite mode, and as you can see, it changed the perspective. You can show traffic on the map, or you can just have the default value. You can call your contact from here. For example, you want to make a number like 555, you can call, but of course this is a tablet, it's not possible, so sadly we cannot do that. Okay, I want to explain some settings. This app, AutoZen, can work as a launcher, but also as turn-by-turn navigation inside the app. For example, here in settings, we can go to maps and navigation. Then we can select AutoZen or external. In this case, let's say AutoZen, we are going to turn off. We are leaving like Google Maps. What this will do is basically when we search something in the app, basically it will redirect us to Google Maps or other provider like a Yandex, Cjik, or Here Maps, or there's some others that are available. But unfortunately, it's not possible to embed Google Maps and have navigation within the app. Why? Because it's forbidden. It's not allowed by Google Maps and other companies like Waze. So, for example, we go to categories here, let's say gas stations. It will search around and you can check here, okay, let's want to go to this one. Automatically we launch the point of interest, but in Google Maps. In this case, we can set up, dismiss, and automatically will send the navigation through Google Maps.
Head north on Eichendorfstrasse.
So we can come back to AutoZen, and there is an option to have turn-by-turn navigation. This is a premium feature. You go here, and instead here you go select navigation app, AutoZen. You can select, for example, about highways, tolls, or ferries in order to make the route. You can easily check like a home or work to set any place to home or work quickly like Google Maps, so you can just one click. We can enable speed limit, but for example, let's say only navigation, because this costs some data trying to fetch every minute or something like that, the data to get the speed limits. We can also display the speed cameras when it's available. For that, we need background service permission. So we can go here, enable. We allow all the time, back, and now it's enabled. Let's go back and see how it works. Now you can see some speed limit, speed cameras here, for example, and you can see in the map in the area around 7 kilometers or so. Let's try to recenter. Now let's try to again, search for something like gas stations. Now we are going to be here, and this version has a simulation of the navigation. So let's see how it works.
Drive north on Eichendorfstrasse. Then, in 200 meters, turn right on.
I will mute for a while, but as you can see, this is how it's supposed to work the navigation. Is this a simulated route? Of course, we are not moving for safety and everything, but as you can see, here is the route and how it will display some information data like a closed road, like here, the speed cameras and speed limits here as we enable as we are driving. And then here we can see the displays similar like other navigation apps that are in the market. We can see, for example, again, the map, and over you can see a little bit overview of the route, how we are approaching, and we are going there. Let's close. So this is a premium feature in Google Maps. I mean in AutoZen. But you can enable this in the settings. Let's play around. We have here, for example, the app drawer. We can customize for whatever we want, and we can get the weather. Here in settings, let's play a little bit. In general, here we can customize we can either add more apps or just add it. For example, Google TV, we can swipe and remove it. Maps, WhatsApp, we can leave it. We can just long click in order to reorder. For example, I don't want this one, and we can go back and the drawer will change. So basically it will help in order, for example, to go to WhatsApp quickly with just one click. It's easier and safer. For example, we have calendar as well. We can see we need to allow the calendar permission. And for example, if we have an appointment or something, we can just easily click and it will try to redirect us to the location. We'll start navigation in just one click, everything is set. You don't need to search your calendar and check the routes or whatever. It's easier. Now let's see more about settings. Here the message, basically what apps are available, like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, SMS, Slack, and Signal are right now available at this point. You can auto reply the messages, the incoming message, like I'm driving now, or you can set whatever you want. Yeah, this is helpful because you will have a chime here with the notification, and then the notification will appear here, and you can see as shown previously how the notification will looks like and where to access from. We have other settings like a voice to basically set the voice assistant, or we have in AutoZen built-in voice assistant, but it works really well. But if you want to launch Google Assistant, you can just enable this. There is themes and appearance. I will go later in this launcher, but for example, you can set to light or dark mode, or based on sunset to sunrise. But for example, let's say we want dark, so everything will be dark now in dark mode. We have automatically from sunrise to sunset in case, for example, you are driving at night or something. And there is some helpful tutorials here, and of course you can buy premium. Here depends of which subscription you want to have access to all this data. They have some startup interesting, like we can automatically launch AutoZen when it's connected to a device, for example your car or another device, and close AutoZen out to when, for example, it's disconnected. We can enable automatically do not disturb, for example, to avoid double notification from WhatsApp or another provider. We can also set the media start volume For example, we want louder or not that loud or whatsoever. Okay, so let's go here back, and this is, for example, AutoZen voice assistant. And for example, we can ask things like, what's the weather?
Right now in Berlin is 21 degrees and overcast. Today it will be overcast with the forecast.
Here it doesn't hear that much in the video, but it's a little bit noisy, so probably I need to get closer. But for example, you can navigate to somewhere. Navigate to restaurants.
I found this.
So it's smart enough to find restaurants in the area, and you can search for a place or another thing like a restaurant's bar or a specific street address or a friend. You can also call to someone, say like call dad or call mom or something like that. And with just one click, you just can go to any restaurant or point of interest you want here. I want to show you guys, there's an option to turn this like a launcher that many people will love this feature. Here in themes and appearance, we have navigation map. Currently, there is two options in AutoZen. One is the navigation similar to Android Auto, but the other is like a launcher, still in beta, but is working pretty good. With this, you can have widgets and more options and a map. So for this, we need to restart AutoZen, but let's say later to see some settings first. We go to launcher. We can customize our launcher with some features like the main screen. This is the possible screen. This is the default. We have a map with two spaces in the sides, the speedometer, and kind of Coolwalk like from Android Auto. So let's close the app and you will see how it's different now. As you can see, this is the default cockpit version. You can move the two pages, but we need to add it more. For example, we can add here, and now you can have different kind of cars. For example, let's say Lamborghini. Go back, and after some time, yes, Lamborghini is there. We can have music player as well, but we come back to AutoZen and you will see some. As you can see, you can edit here, for example, remove this. We can add more widgets, like, I don't know, you want Android widgets, but also we have a built-in, for example, apps, speed cameras, for example, this one. There's no speed cameras around. So here in settings, themes and appearance, launcher settings, you can change your car again for any you want, and the main screen type right now is the cockpit, but also we have like a map with two widgets around, speedometer and Coolwalk version. So I will leave this as it is right now, but you can add pages here. For example, you can add some shortcuts, and I will put this in the middle. So let's see how it looks like. As you can see, there is 3 pages now. So you can swipe here, and you can add. We can add Android native widget, but unfortunately, this is a workaround, and sometimes works, sometimes does not work. But so be aware of this, because sometimes the size is different, or sometimes it can even crash because of permissions or of Android. But it's not AutoZen issue. Unfortunately, sometimes happen. But let's try to add something. This is just a warning about what I said right now. So add a widget, and now let's say battery status circle. Okay, this cannot be added. As I said, sometimes it does not work with all of them, but let's say analog clock. Save. Let's allow the widget content, and now we have the analog clock here. See? We can remove it. We can add, let's say, the whole screen, the widget, and now we can add it. Let's say maybe dynamic weather. I'm not sure is going to work, but let's see. It's a little bit odd, but it seems it's work. So you can have a lot of widgets, native widget like speed cameras of other apps, or even navigation directions in this widget. So this is quite helpful. You can go back here in dim sum appearance again, and let's change the main screen. Maybe this is a big screen, so maybe we can have like this kind of a screen. Going back, we have the map again. So we can, for example, remove this, and add a huge music player that occupies the whole screen, for example, and we can just play from here. And if we search for something, let's say gas stations, it will be similar like in the main screen. So let's go here, start navigation, and we can navigate inside the app. Cool, isn't it? And you can switch for other widgets or other webs, other pages. Okay, there's other option that I didn't show that is a little bit hidden in themes and appearance, and this the navigation bar and status bar. With this, we can change how we are going to display the items, like a phone, the voice command, the notification in the bottom of the AutoZen. But also we can select what kind of widget we have. For example, in this case we have the music in the bottom, but we can change for apps. For example, the weather. Maybe I don't care battery percentage, so I can remove it. I can display the clock, the weather, and yes, we can also add the direction of the in landscape of the taskbar. It will be in the bottom or vertical. So let's see how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, the taskbar is on the left. This is similar to Android Auto. So you can have the options here instead. Maybe you have more space in this screen, and maybe you want to have something better like this, right? So here you can see the weather, for example, or the dialer. You can back with the click. You can have some item like the clock, the weather, the battery, and this you can always set up in the settings. There is some more option that you can take a look, but it will be a long video. But this is the main idea of the app, and it's a good replacement of for a head unit. Either you like as a map or as a launcher, and you can select the items or the cars to make yourself your car as you want it as a head unit. I hope you like it. See you guys.